G'day Halo fans, today's a very special day. Not only did we see Halo Infinite raw gameplay for the first time yesterday, but today is the day that Halo Infinite becomes playable for the first time. If you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Remy, but everyone in the Halo community knows me as Blitz. I love to do awesome little tricks where I fly across the map and pull off fun stuff like that. I've been playing Halo for 20 years. Today's video, we're going to break down all the new and old Halo Infinite information. I'm hoping this will give you a really good idea of, is Halo Infinite fun, and is it a game you might want to pick up? It's free, by the way, for multiplayer when it releases later this year. If you haven't signed up to be a Halo Insider already, go and do it so you can actually get hands-on experience with the game before it comes out this holidays. So first and foremost, let's move on to the juicy details. Xbox One Halo Infinite was shown for the very first time, and I was quite surprised at how good it actually looked. This build is actually a few months old as well, and they said the stability and graphical changes are getting even better before the game releases later this year. There's a lot of little nuanced things to break down in this little clip, so let's break it down. First and foremost, the pinging system has been shown off again. I initially thought that you'd actually have to have an enemy in that area to ping someone, but you can ping anywhere on the map and it'll do a little tag on screen. Now it says library. This is helpful for solo players. If you don't want to put a mic in, you can still call out important things on the map. Second, you can actually regain shields while sprinting. This is very different from Halo 5, where if you sprint, you don't actually regain shields. 343 also spoke about the friend and foe tags, the replacement of red versus blue with the color scheme system. So to represent an enemy will be red, allies blue, fire team will be green or yellow. You can customize the colors as shown on screen now. And speaking of other settings, look at all these different options. You can customize your field of view, resolution scale, minimum, maximum frame rate, even in borderless full screen. You got your enemy UI colors for the friend and foe tags, like I just said, FPS counter. You can even change where your weapons sit, to the left, to the right, a little bit high, a little bit down, it doesn't matter. Every single gun you can customize where it sits on your screen. You then have all your default layout settings and all the sensitivities, which is cool, but what is new is you actually have sensitivity options for every single weapon. Look at all these options. As a little tidbit, if you have an AMD GPU and you're on PC, make sure to install the latest driver update. It boosts the overall frame rate by almost double, so don't forget, do that, it's very important. Next up, we have the Xbox Series X pre-release gameplay, and I have to say, it looks really good too. You guys saw this gameplay that I uploaded yesterday. IGN uploaded it, lots of different pages uploaded it, so let's break it down and give you the nitty gritty and all the key information. First and foremost, Jeff Sticer is back. If you couldn't tell from the other trailers I've had where he says grapple jack and double kill, triple kill. He is back. Needler looks absolutely beastly. Seems to kill super duper quickly. The respawn time of Slayer seems to be 8 seconds like Halo 5. I feel that's a little bit too long. I've always liked 4 or 5 seconds aside from 8. Also, look at this spike grenade. Look how strong it is. Look at the explosion radius. It seemed like he was ages away from that and he got that spike grenade kill. I wish I could see theater and show just how far it was, but it seems like the spike grenades are very strong. We then have the skewer. It's a one-hit kill, but the reload time seems very, very long. We then have the active camo that looks really, really good. It seems to be very, very good camo. The only gripe I have with this kill, and it's coming up in just a second, is the multi-kills look tiny, or all the medals look very, very small. You'll see it on the screen right now. The double kill and the rifleman look very, very small. I'd like to see them a bit bigger, a bit more prominent. Next up, we can actually see what happens when you pick up a weapon rack. The weapon disappears and then will reappear with a blue hologram indicating it's going to be recharging. The perfect medal is also back. Moving on to customization, and look at all these colors. Like seriously, there is so many options here. Even look at the new samurai armor. All the different customizable pieces is so cool to see. You now have the weapons bench, which shows every single weapon. You can customize it. I'll let these cycle through very quickly. You have the same thing for the vehicles. The Wasp is back like we knew. It looks very similar to the Halo 5 one. I personally really like how the tank looks as well. Next up for customization, we actually have prosthesis. You can put it on left arm, left leg, right leg, any limb you want, which is really awesome to see. You can customize your AI and pick different AIs, so I'd love to see a Jeff Sticer AI. You can bring back Buck again if you wanted to do that, and here's an overview of all the different pieces you're going to be able to customize, as well as the Battle Pass that you can purchase with in-game currency, 20 unlocks for the technical preview, even more for the real game, which is really cool to see. And frankly, as far as customization goes and giving the players the option to create the settings that they want, I feel like 343 has done the best possible job they can do, and I'm honestly super happy with how it looks. The next thing 343 covered was weapon drills. The weapon drills are for a whole variety of weapons and give you the opportunity to practice with a gun and learn its technical aspects, how it works, and what it actually does in a test environment where you're not going to get stomped by huge sweaty players. Each weapon drill has 3 different levels, and from that, the number one thing that stood out to me was the heat wave, being able to shoot horizontally and then you press the left trigger and it actually starts to shoot vertically. That is so cool. So with all the news out of the way, me, a 20-year Halo veteran, what do I think of Halo Infinite so far? I personally love the equipment. I think there's a lot of amazing ways to outplay your opponent, which is going to be so fun to do. I think the customization is fantastic, and the ability to customize all of your settings to the level they have provided is great. The weapons in the sandbox seem diverse enough, however I feel like the Commando is still very strong, and it seems like the assault rifle is the main primary weapon, at least for social game modes, and I don't know how I feel too much about that. I also think being able to hold power-ups and then wait till you're an inch away from death and then you use an overshield is going to annoy a lot of people. Visually, I think the game looks fantastic. I was very impressed with how the Xbox One looks, especially. I thought that was just going to be a giant blob on the screen. So big props to the engineers who pulled off that miracle. I don't know how that's been done. I am curious to see what the frame rate is like and how it actually feels, so I'll download the game onto the original Xbox and then let you guys know. Grenade hit markers are also back. I know the competitive scene really don't like grenade hit markers, so when you throw a grenade, when it explodes, it gives you a basically hint as to where an enemy is. That is actually being turned off for competitive, which is really great news. We have not seen a Spartan laser yet, and I know a lot of people are like, I don't like the Spartan laser, don't put the Spartan laser. But I honestly don't feel like the skewer is a good enough anti-air weapon. That's just my gut feeling. Something's telling me deep down that the skewer is not going to be good enough to kill a flying Banshee that's flipping 1,000 times, and a really experienced pilot is going to drop 150 kills and obliterate everybody. So they're my critiques of what I've seen so far. I think the equipment is amazing again. I can't wait to grapple hook across the map and pull off some really amazing content for everybody. It's been 6 years since a mainline Halo game, so soak it in, enjoy it, don't be too critical, give very constructive feedback to 343, because as a community and as a broader gaming community, we give feedback that is tangible and helpful. 343 will do everything in their power to fix things before launch, and if they can't do it before launch, you know they'll definitely do it after launch. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm super excited to play Halo Infinite, and I hope you are too. Thanks for watching, guys.